喂。Hello everyone. Can you hear my voice? Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to SPOTO live stream. Nice to meet you all here. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear me? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know. Nice to meet you all here. Can you hear me? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know. Hello? Hello, anybody here? Hi, hello. Welcome to SPOTO live stream. And nice to meet you all here. I am teacher Louis, a lab tutor that have been specializing in helping people achieve CCIE security certifications since version 4. And by far, I have already helped more than 1,000 candidates get their CCIE security numbers. And surely I am gonna do the same thing for you. Today I am going to talk about CCIE Security Lab exam and its updates by analyzing the lab demos, aiming at making an overview of the exam and helping you to understand how it looks like, and which will definitely make it easier for you to prepare this exam and finally increase the chance to clear it in the first attempt. Also, I will share some tips to you, and that will be very helpful too. We SPOTO have been focusing on IT certification training for 20 years, so we always be your best choice. During this live stream, if there be any questions or concerns you are facing during your learning journey or right here, feel free to let me know as well. I will try my best to help you. Okay, let's move on. There are gonna be 4 sessions. And we will go through them one by one. Alright. Hello, welcome. In the first session, we will take a quick look at Cisco certification so that you can have a general understanding about it. And right after that, we will check some details about our CCIE Security Lab service content. And next, we will discuss CCIE Security Lab demo, and I will explain the lab demos and current updates to you and give you some preparation tips. It will help you a lot, and I also believe this is the exact part you are most interested in. In the last section, it's about question and answer. If you have any questions or further questions, you can let me know here. And hopefully all of you can get the needed info in this live stream. When will the version 6.1 updates? This live stream is not going to talk about that. As far as we know, the update exam will come on October 19. So maybe next month we are gonna talk about that. Talk about the updates about the next version. Hi, welcome. Okay, before we start, you can join our group and ping admin to get free lab demos and other study materials. Also, you can chat with us for more info there. There are some minor changes, and we will mention it in the later section. Okay, if you haven't joined the group yet, you can do that later. Now let's jump right in. As you can see, Cisco certification have 4 levels: entry, associate, professional, and expert. So you can choose 1 or 2 or more according to your needs, but please concentrate on only one each time. And here we select the one named CCIE Security, and we will discuss more details about it. To earn CCIE Security certification, you need to pass 2 exams. The first one is the qualifying exam, and also named as written exam. And here is his exam code. It is a 120-minute exam being with around 100 questions containing multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answer, drag and drop 3 types of questions. And you can see it's no documentation. And once you finish the exam, it will immediately scored, and you will get the result. As long as you have memorized all the answers correctly, it will be very easy to pass this exam. After passing the written exam, we will get to the second one, which is named CCIE Security version 6 lab exam. And we will discuss more details about it in the lab demo section later. Here are the topics related to written exam. including 6 domains. And you can check the details by here in Cisco official website. Expand each item below to build related exam topics. Also, you can download a PDF file there, and that will be much more convenient for you to check all the contents. For preparing this exam, we will provide you VCE server to practice all questions by emulating the real exam, which will make you very easy to understand and master it. Normally, 1 or 2 weeks should be enough to get all questions ready. We will also keep following the latest info about this exam and update you the solution in real time to ensure that you can get fully prepared for it. The lab exam is an 8-hour hands-on exam that requires candidates to implement the following things: plan, design, deploy, operate, and optimize network security solution in order to protect your network. And here are the topics related to lab exam. And you can see it's containing five domains. The first one is perimeter security and intrusion prevention. And it's about SA firewall and also zone-based firewall. Hello, welcome. And the second domain is about virtual private networks. And chatset. Cisco chatset. In the third domain, it's about dynamic ARP inspection, and we simply name it DAI. Also, syslog. Okay, and NetFlow. Okay, the next domain is about ISE. And finally, the last domain is about web security appliance and email security appliance. Also, advanced malware protection and Stewardship. Okay. You are gonna to plan to take the exam on December. Okay, as we know, December it will be the updated exam, which is named version 6.1, and the current exam is named version 6.0. So probably the solution won't be ready that soon. Okay, let's move on. The lab exam format has been changed as well. In the last version, which is version 5, it was containing 3 modules. The first module, troubleshooting, and the second one, diagnostic, and the third one, configuration. But now in the current version, it consists of 2 modules. The first one named design, and the second one, we simply name it DOO, which means deploy, operate, optimize. And you can see here with more contents. If you buy the new laptop now, we will try our best to get the solution of the new version as soon as we need it more than anyone else, right? Maybe it will take couple of months, but it depends on the real situation. Okay, let's move on. Design is very similar to the written exam, being with 32 questions. There will be scenarios provided in the emails, conversations between Cisco engineer and customer on the exam, and you will have 3 hours to read the resources, do some analysis, and finally answer the questions. One special attention is that you can not go back to the previous questions once you submit and move to the next one, which means once you move to the next question, your answer is final and cannot be changed anymore. Hello, hello. And yes, it's simply known as no backward navigation. This is also the same situation in written exam as well. And same like written exam, we also provide VCE server for you to practice all these questions. And DOO is being with 24 questions in total. 5 of them are choice questions, and they are very easy stuff. You just need to select the option as answers, that's enough. And the rest 19 questions are configuration tasks. 2 of them are kind of the troubleshooting tasks in version 5. You will need to find out the wrong points and correct them in order to make the task work. To pass the exam, candidates need to score higher than the aggregated pass score of both modules and score higher than the minimum score set on each of the module individually. Here. And you can refer to the following, maybe 60% maybe the minimum score and 80% maybe the aggregated pass score. 80%. your overall score is higher than this one and you get certified. Okay, now we come to the Cisco certification roadmaps. Apparently, it's showing you that how things will be going on and when the change will take place, so that you can make a proper plan according to it. As we can see that the exam will be changing on this date. So less than 1 month is left for us to pass the current exam now. It is really very limited time, but there still be chance to get it ready in time with our help. So just join us at the soonest. Will the exam format of the CCIE security change in the next version? We don't think so. It should still be the same format. Yes, 2 modules, design plus DOO. As you can check with some details here, especially here, let me here. Below is a comprehensive summary of the CCIE security version 6.1 lab exam blueprint. So this content is added and it's about FMC. Okay, this content is removed. Also for Identity Service Engine, ISE, this content has been added. And mainly change should be this one, which is about Cisco umbrella. And surely they will add cloud security in the new exam. Alright, let's go back. So you can join us at the soonest. After knowing how the exam looks like, now we will take a look at the security lab service provided to you. As you can see in the chart, this is a 3-month service being with verbal videos and REST, as well as tutor support. Normally, 3 months should be far more enough to prepare this exam, as candidates usually finish the preparation within that time and go past smoothly. And some candidates could even do that around 1 month. So no more hesitation, just join us and get started now. Here you can see there are 2 sets for design and DOO each, which have been fully covering the exam But recently, the new design showed up in Bangalore and Dubai. So if you want to take the exam, select any one location other than those two instead. And nowadays, most locations have been seeing only Design 1 and DOO 1. In that case, we can get past easier. Previously, materials will be shared phase by phase, and you can see that phase 1 is the most difficult part, being with most configuration tasks. But now, since less than 1 month is left, we will share all materials in one go so that you can start with phase 4. Start with phase 4, the final solution straightly. Hello, welcome to SPOTO live stream. We also have created a video for each task, which will do great help to your preparation. And you can master each task easier by following that. Okay, we have a special offer in later section. You will see that. Our practice environment is almost the same as the test room environment, which ensures the high pass rate. We have 3 types of rest with substantial quantity for you to practice. There are very good rests because many candidates even said that our rests are better than exam rests after they took the exam. Since materials are shared phase by phase, so the rests will be open in phases accordingly too. Normally, the 152 hours will be allocated as below, and flexible adjustment can also be made according to your specific needs. Remember that rests are mainly for verifying the solution, not just for practice, as all tasks can be practiced through head, and many candidates could pass the exam with using only a half of the 152 hours. If you can understand this point very well, you may pass the exam easily too. The full rests are being with 4-hour and 8-hour sessions, and they will be open for you once you finish phase 1 study. These 2 rests are for final practice before you take the exam. The minimum requirement here in practice is to complete all tasks with getting expected outputs around 3 hours and a half. You may ask why. Because 3 hours and a half here may be equal to the 5 hours on the exam due to the latency of exam rest there. As we mentioned previously, many candidates reported that our rests are better than exam rests. So as long as you can do that, you can arrange one or some sessions, finish all the tasks, and inform us to check everything for you. And the non-full rests are being with 2-hour and 4-hour sessions. This will be more flexible for you to arrange the time for practice, and you will start with this rest for phase 1 practice first. As mentioned above, 72 hours will be assigned to this rest by default, so take good use of them and try to master the task good enough with the hours. Before working on rest, ensure that you have already got familiar with most tasks. not just one or two. And we strongly suggest you spending more time on memorizing the solution rather than working on the rest, as that will be much more efficient. And here is the only one difference on port modules between our REST and exam REST. Exam REST are being with two types, 5512 being with this port, and 5516 being with this port. Alright, and on our REST, you can see the difference. For 5516, here is 1/1, and here we are using 0/0 on this type, this wrap type. And for this one, there are two scenarios. Either this interface or this one you will get on our REST. So on our REST, you just need to follow the info we provided and then configure it correctly, and that's good. Okay, here is a quick look of our REST. You will only need to complete all tasks through these two programs, empty putty and RDP access, and they are very easy to proceed. On the exam, Cisco provides only one entrance by combining these two programs. Only one entrance. Through that, you can access all devices. Alright. And about tutor support, we will try our best to clear your doubts by answering your questions. And we will also follow your preparation progress as well as help you do some troubleshooting on the sessions if needed. And what's more, we will evaluate your performance by checking your homework right on the alert before you take the exam to ensure everything is in good position. And we will also keep you posted about the latest exam info and feedback. Our final goal is to help you make an adequate preparation at last so that you can easily pass the exam in the first attempt. Here are some guideline files indicating how to get started and how to continue the preparation until you achieve the goal. And you will find more details once get started with us. Okay, any questions about this session? Let me know, please. Okay, anyone has questions? Alright, let's move on. Now you know our lab service as well, and next I will explain the lab demos and updates to you with some tips. And definitely it will be very helpful for you. This is a physical topology for layer 2 connection, and yes, obviously this is the one for 5512 REST. As you can see, the physical SA is being with the port module. How many hours of your training video? Well, we have created a video for each task. Individually. Regarding the cost of the bundle, you will see in the later part, and we will share that info for you. All right. And now let's get back to the physical topology. As we mentioned before, there is another scenario for 5516 REST being with this port. And here, right, this one is about 5512. As you can see, this port. Can't hear my voice? How to buy the new leg? You can contact our admin or join the group. Alright, let's move on. If you have already know something about routing and switching technologies, you can understand this content easily. It is about virtual LAN assessment. Under related interfaces, and it's very easy stuff. You can see there are only 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 physical devices, and the other are all virtual devices installed on an ESXi server running virtualization platform, which is connecting to physical switch 1 and using the interface the 10th interface. But on our REST, we are using only one physical switch 2, and functioning as switch 1 and switch 2 for each rack. And you may ask why make it that way, because there is no permission for accessing physical switch 1 in exam. So we just combine switch 1 into physical switch 2. And this is the exact reason. And here is the logical topology presenting all devices. As you can see, there are 2 management networks. The first one And the second one, and many infrastructure networks. Okay. You need to know where the traffic flows lead to by analyzing the requirements for each question. Also, you will need to understand the dependencies between the tasks as well. And this is really important for you to make the task work. And we will talk about this as well in the later section. In order to get familiar with the topology, you need to memorize all the networks and IP address, as well as the positions of all devices matching to each task. For example, FTD1 here and FTD2. These two devices are managed by FMC FTD, and therefore task 1.4, which is side-to-side IPsec virtual private network. Okay. And then familiarize yourself with the requirements and solution of each task by reading the workbook as well as watching the videos before you verify it on our REST. As mentioned before, it is only about the familiarity matter, nothing more, as you can practice all tasks in your head without rest. So if you can understand this point, and as long as you can do that, which means you have got familiar enough with the solution. As a result, your accuracy as well as the speed will be very good too. And finally, once again, you are required completing all tasks with getting expected outputs in 3.5 hours. And that's the minimum requirement for you before taking the exam. Okay, now let's look at demo 1. In this part, 4 tasks are mentioned. Let's check it. And the first one, task 2.1, is about active standby failover between these two devices. And this is a very easy task and belonging to the topic domain 1. And task 2.3, it's about active failover deploying on these two devices. And we will be using multiple contacts on each side. So finally, sales traffic will go through like this, and finance traffic will go through like this, respectively. After finishing these two tasks, we come to task 1.2. It's about interconnect virtual private network. All right, interconnect. Okay, no problem. We need to deploy interconnect virtual private network between clients and the virtual ASA, sales PC and finance PC. And once established, traffic from sales and finance organization to their individual server will be secure respectively. And we just show you before. This is sales traffic. And the other one, finance. Okay. And finally, it is task 4.6. We need to deploy NetFlow on router 9 and on router 9 to match and correct the specific traffic and export it to Stillwatch. In order to optimize the availabilities of the sales server by flowing the ICMP traffic generated by sales PC. So you can see the dependence between these tasks. First one, we need to configure this task and then this one in order to bring up the interconnect. And finally, this task is based on this task. Okay. They should be configured in the correct order before you can verify them and get the correct output at last. After the demo 1, now let's take a look at demo 2. For task 2.2, it is the same as 2.1. Active standby failover on these two devices. And next one is task 2.4 on these two devices. It's about cluster content, and we will using either channel and substantial interface, and also net. And finally, task 1.3 is about clientless SSL virtual private network, and it's for marketing and engineering these two clients. And finally, the traffic here is engineering. Engineering is right here. And the other one, marketing PC. Here is belonging to inside zone. And the other one, marketing client, it's located in DMZ zone. And yes, you can see the dependence. Alright. And the demonstrate here is about an independent task. And we mentioned it before as well. FTD1 and FTD2 about side-to-side IPsec virtual private network. Okay. And couple of steps on FMC FTD can get this task done. Very easy stuff. And next demo is including 5 tasks. The first one, task 3.1, it's related to these 3 devices, switch 1 and the client. Also, identity service engine. So this task is asking you to deploy this .1x authentication. And once get authenticated and authorized successfully, finally the client will need to access engineering server as well. So you can see the traffic is grow through this device. And we need to deploy access policy on it. This is for task 4.1. And then task 4.3 is about advanced malware protection. And these two need to execute an integration. So finally, after the integration done, you will install an AMP connector on tech PC and protective policy defined on the cloud. Use the protect policy. Okay. And the last two is about task 3.5 and 4.5. They are all configuring on router 13. Task 3.5 is about syslog, and the tag is specified, and you need to configure the same. Also, we will deploy zone-based firewall on router 13. After configuring these two tasks, the syslog server on management PC should be able to receive debug authentication method. And we just discussed it. Task 1 and Task 2 is about web security appliance. And we are deploying web cache communication protocol. And you can see once get authenticated and authorized successfully, the client finally needs to access intranet server. So by default, this traffic is going like that. And after we deploy WCCP technology, the traffic will be redirect to WSA, and finally WSA forward the traffic to the destination, real destination, intranet server. Alright. In the last demo 6, you can see task 1.5 and task 3.3 and task 3.4 and task 4.4. This one is about flash virtual private network using VTI method and L2TP in order to extend the network behind. Flash VPN is deployed between router 16 and router 5. And task 3.3 is also about this authentication and also combining with chatset technology. So once QA client gets authenticated and authorized successfully, he finally needs to access intranet server as well. So you can see the traffic is going through these two devices. Before QA client can successfully visit the server, the flash VPN should be established first. Alright. And task 3.4 is about dynamic ARP inspection. The direct connection between router 5 and router 12. Here, the green line, the direct connection. By default, the connection is down, even if they are connected to each other directly. This is because the switch is configured DAI ACL, and the ACL is containing the wrong mapping content. So you need to find the wrong point and correct them. And I can tell you it's about MAC address. MAC address. Okay. So you find the correct MAC address and replace the wrong one, and finally this task will work smoothly. Okay, and the last one is task 4.4. It's about IC and DNA center integration. And finally, DNA center will push a security tag like 45 and 145. Push into ICE. Also, here, the switch need to learn the environment data as well in order to take effect. Okay. Okay, now all 6 statements, which including all 19 configuration tasks, has been shown to you, and the remaining 5 are choice questions. Okay, now let's move on. Here is the main difference between design 1 and design 2. As you can see that self-server different port. Design 1 using standard port with A0, A0, and self-server is located in data center 4, while finance server located data center 5. And in design 2, they switch the location, switch their position. So finance also, they change the port using standard port 80, A0, and finance is located in data center 4 instead of data center 5. And now sales server is located in data center 5. And this is the main difference between design 1 and design 2. And here are the main changes between DO1, or you can say level 1 and level 2. Okay, so I have list the difference for each task. For the first two tasks used to be 2 days idle timeout, and using AD user, and now change it to 1 day and internal user. Also, for the next task, they add advanced setting basing on the previous configuration. And for this task, the key and virtual circuit value are specified as CCIE, the key, and the value specified this number. And for this one, they switch their roles used to be primary and active this device, and now the other side take the primary and active role states. All right, and the same for this task. Okay, very similar, these 4 tasks. And for this task, used to be this authentication method and now become this one. Used to be this one and now become this one. Okay. For this task, no change. And for task 3.5, the tag name is changing from this one to the color one, and used to collect debugging message and now warning message. And for this choice question, used to be issue occur on switch 4 and now issue occur on router 10. And for this task, used to requiring only beginning log and now both beginning and end, and add inspection policy of security over connectivity as well. And for this task, this technology used to deployed under the ingress traffic flow and now to be egress. And for this one, used to be protect policy and now use audit policy. And for DNA center tasks, used to require HTTP service only, and now both HTTP and ICMP both services. And for task 4.5, no change. And the last task, egress traffic change, and now to be ingress. Used to be egress, now ingress. And of course, the interface will be different too for these 2 tasks. And for the rest, no change. Okay, here are some preparation tips. Most of them are mentioned in the previous section. Just one thing, do the need flow improvement on the familiarity of the solution, and finally configure all tasks correctly and rapidly with getting all expected outputs. After that, passing the exam in the first attempt will be right around the corner. The current CCIE number is 68,000 and updated on September 15. And we are expecting you become the next one. So just join us now and start your CCIE security lab journey today. Also, we have some security lab exam fail cases. Here are some common reasons for fails: time management issue, which means not having enough time to finish your tasks. This is one of the most common reasons. That's why we keep asking candidates to finish all tasks within 3 hours and a half before they take the exam. Titles, as well as missing configuration or configuring wrongly, is another main reason for fails, because once happen to that, Candidates usually could not find out the issue and solve it in a short time, so very much time would be wasted by doing troubleshooting, and both these two reasons are exactly due to the poor familiarity of the solution. Thus, now you know the importance of that. Once again, it's all about the familiarity of solution. Also, there were a few candidates failed the exam due to not 100% following our solution. All these reasons mentioned can easily get avoided if you are 100% following our steps and solution, and it will never be that hard to achieve the pass. Here is a study plan for you, and you will get more details in the guideline files once you start the preparation with us. Your Cisco account will get updated after you pass the written exam within a couple of days, and then you can log in the Schedule Lab website to check the availability of exam slots. Usually, they will be booked by candidates very fast, so book one according to your plan now and make it happen soon. And we will be standby here for you. Here are some past reports from our candidates. As you can see, the latest one passed on September 15. These reports are kind of the best words as proofs for the good quality of our service. So, if you are interested in it, type 1 in the comments and let me know. Here are some good comments from our candidates too. Okay, finally we come to the live sale price. Only for today's, you are taking advantage of a very special discount and get the CCIE Security Lab packaged at $1,300, saving you $7,700. Okay, used to be $2,000 and now it's $1,300, saving you $700. Okay, so do not hesitate and do not miss this chance, as the offer is time limited and will be expire in 24 hours. Okay, finally, do you have any other question? Also, you can join our group if you haven't joined that yet, and contact our admin for the very special offer, and do not miss this chance. Okay, any more questions? Anyone has questions? Alright, if you have no further questions, that's gonna be all for today. We really hope that it will be very helpful for you. If you love this stream and consider it as very useful and helpful, you can hit the like button, comment it, and subscribe it, and much appreciate that. If you want to know more about other IT certification, welcome to join our group and contact our admins there. And once again, we are SPOTO and we have been providing dedicated IT certification service for 20 years. Thank you all for joining today, and I'm looking forward to helping you achieve your goals. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye.